How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for Farm Simulator 22 on the mod map Hickory Valley. We're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it says, "Welcome to Hickory Valley. Here you will find 7 fields. Fields 1 and 2 are 105 plus acres. Fields 3 through 6 are 18 plus acres. Field 7 is 14 plus acres. Map has 8 sell points, 6 production points, 3 lime stations, BGA, chicken, cows, horse, pig, and sheep pens, large greenhouse, large beehive with pallet spawner, water station, animal dealer with sale point, traffic and parked cars, pedestrians, 19 windmills with your own 19 windmills you own in new farmer mode. AI splines are installed but don't always want to work. They are lazy at times. 100 collectibles start from scratch and all placeables are gone. New farmer mode has a huge lot of starting equipment. Thank you to Hungry Cow Design for your use of John Deere sign. There has been several changes made to this map, starting with Changelog 2.0.0.0, and it reads, "Welcome to the new Hickory Valley. Here you will find a newly redone landscape. 2 new crops have been incorporated, alfalfa and black beans. 12 new fill types include soybean, straw, compost, and 10 other materials. New productions include steel, asphalt, stone, crusher, plus a few others. Train runs the outer part of the map, fully usable." Sorry, I had to sneeze there. BGA has loading only trigger for train. Also, train has a sell all point and buy and bale sell at animal dealer. Field 7 removed. Field 1 size reduced. Pigs, cows, sheep pens edited the map and cover a lot of ground and a capacity of 1,000. Chicken free roam farm area and hold up to 500. Horse pen edited for map and holds 100. Soybean, new texture and grow in rows. Corn, potato, and sugar beets, also new textures from Taylor Farms. New sheds and new bale wraps, also from Taylor Farms. Added ability to make straw from corn, sunflowers, and canola. Pedestrians removed. Traffic reworked. Placeable sawmill added. Then there's Changelog 2.1.0.0, and it reads, "Fix issues with Gavile pack, new bale types not working." This map was created by Poorboy and is 301.23 megabytes to download. And if we take a look at the map, this is what the map looks like. There are no mods required for this map, and you start out with farmlands number 6 and 7 down here at the bottom. You do start out here right in front of your starting house, right here on your farm. You are able to buy all the land. You do have several pens and pastures to start out with. Contracts are available. You do start out with production chains, and there are collectibles available on this map. Now, there are mods specific to this map under the buy menu. You can see here under mods and DLCs, Hickory Valley, and there's quite a bit going on here. You also have under the build menu, under sheds, you have items here. You also have under silos items there. Nothing under silo extensions, but under containers you can see a couple items here: residential sales as well as the material buying station. You also have under tools nothing there, and farmhouses you do have the farmhouse there. Under factories and productions there is several available mods here, and then nothing for the remainder of the tabs. Then under animals, you have something under cows, horses, pigs, and sheep, as well as chickens, but nothing under bees or others. You then have under decorations, nothing available here under these sub-tabs. And then lastly, under landscaping, painting, you do have several available swatches in addition to the base game ones. And you also have no additional mods for trees or plants. So, because we started at the starting farm here, let's go ahead and take a look at our starting equipment. If we look under the buy menu under owned items, you can see under medium tractors we have a John Deere 6250R, Under large tractors, a John Deere 9620R, a 8RX 410, a 8R 410, as well as another 8R 410, a 7R 350. So you have quite a bit of tractors to start out with. Under trucks, the Mack Pinnacle 6x4 MP8 505, harvesters, a John Deere X9 1100. Cars, you have a Lizard pickup 1986, as well as a John Deere XUV 865M. Trailers, the Wilson Pace Setter. Header, the John Deere XD45X, that is the grain header for your John Deere. And a corn header, the C16F. Disc harrows that have K-Line AG PowerFlex 125. Under planters, the John Deere 1775 NT. Under sprayers, the Hardy Aeon, is that Aeon? I think it's Aeon, 5200 Delta Force. Fertilizer spreaders, the Amazon ZATS 3200. Under manure spreaders, the Strautmann PS 3401. Under mowers, you have the Kongskilled GXT 13005P collector, as well as the GXF 3605P, so that's the rear deck and front deck mowers. Under windrowers, you have the Kloss Liner 4900 Business. Under forage wagons, you have the Strautmann Magnon CFS 530DO. Under balers, the Krone Big Pack 1290 HDP VC. Under the bale loaders, you have the Akusen FSX 6372. Under animals, you have the Lizard MKS 8 liquids tanker. Animal transports, you have the Wilson Silver Star. Under front loader tools, you have the John Deere 700M, as well as the 643R. Front loader tools, you have the Elba Universal Bucket and Round Bale Fork. Load loaders, you have the Load King Renown Drop Deck. Under header trailers, you have the Nardi N6045. And lastly, under belt systems, you have the Conveyal 1690, as well as the Meridian TL1239. Whew, man, a lot of stuff going on here. So first things first, we are going to run out in this direction here to our first point of interest. This is the Rogue River Biofuels directly in front of me. Just going to come all the way out here. So there are a lot of productions on the map you already own. This is one of them. So we're going to come out here, check this out. So this will accept grass, potatoes, silage, slurry, manure, sugar beet cut, canola, sunflower, corn, wood chips, coal, and crude oil. And it will produce various outputs including methane, digestate, diesel, diesel exhaust fluid, DEF, and kerosene. So a lot of stuff going on here, but you already own it, so that's great. Solid inputs here, solid inputs, liquid inputs, and liquid outputs around the back side here, I think. Typically it's right here. Where is that output? Huh, that's weird. Alright, so I'm going to just render a guess and thinking that it's over there. Now, I have noticed a couple of anomalies when it comes to the tags, like these little discs, these orbs, whatever you want to call them, not being exactly where they're supposed to be. And I'll show you an example once I get to it. Now we're going to head over behind the house first, because back there we have a train rental point. Okay, right there is the train rental point. Over here we have a wardrobe trigger, and here we have the sleep trigger. Now over here, now this is what I was talking about. So I'm going to stand right here. I'm going to look at the map. looking at the map, we're right here. I'm going to teleport to the chicken pasture so you can see what I'm talking about when it comes to improper labeling of those markers. So the marker is here inside the chicken coop, and now I'm officially stuck in it. I can open the dialog box if I come to this corner, but it works better if I actually step out and I'm in front of the building. So what I'm going to do is just open that up. So if I come over here, this is the chicken coop on the outside. And you can see there's the open animal dialog. Up to 500 chickens can be stored here. Coming up here, we have 3 greenhouses, just standard growth, strawberries, tomatoes, and lettuce. Over here, we have our cow barn with feeding robot. You can see you can have up to 1,000 cows there, so that's nice. Milk output right here. Straw output is in here. We have feed input there. We also have a robot right here, so if you want to use your robot, you can. Hay, straw, silage, and mineral feed will get you what the cows need. Slurry output right there. 3 silos here to my left. And now at this point, I need to turn around and grab my truck. So I'm actually going to teleport to the truck and where that's at, because it's... There we go. So now we can go past everything that we were doing there. And this is the sheep barn. Can have 1,000 sheep there, which is nice. And then across the street here, have the pig barn. You can have 1,000 pigs there. You have a beehive right here with the spawn point for the honey right there. And then over here, you have a horse pasture where you can have up to 16 horses. Okay, now we're going to continue heading in this direction. To the right here is the restaurant sell point. Then coming up to my left, you can see the disc there is the supermarket sell point. And then over here, you have the bales sell point around the back side. Here, you have the animal dealer right here. So you can come to this location or any of the pens and pastures you already have loaded onto the map, and you can have the animal dealer deliver the livestock to you directly. Now by doing this though, using either this location or the pens and pastures themselves, you will incur a delivery fee. And for things like cows, for adult cows, it's over $100, or I think it is $100 per head. And with there being room for 1,000 cows, you're going to spend a lot of money, lots and lots of money. What you can do to avoid that is to bring an animal trailer to this location. You already have one on this map too for your semi-truck, so it's going to be less trips for you. Bring it to this location. Once you bring it here, you can load directly into it whatever animals that you desire and then deliver them yourselves, and it'll save you that delivery fee. It's a much better option, especially when you got a room for 1,000 animals and all the pens and pastures besides horses and chickens. Chickens is 500. Now over here is the bale sale sell point for the train. So that's something to keep an eye out for. And then coming all the way down here, we are going to go off-road a little ways, because there is a production point down here in the corner. You can see it right over there, starting to come into view. Okay, now this is the crude oil production for 60,000. You can purchase this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to borrow a ton of money, because there's this and several other things I want to purchase to show off. There we go. Now 60,000. Now you can see if I take sand and I can produce crude oil. That's like 1 to 2 kind of ratio. Very, very nice. Inputs are right here and outputs are right here in this tank. There's my truck. So now need to head back over here. Okay, head back around the animal dealer here, and now we'll lead up to the main road. Head around here. Okay, now here we're going to want to make a right, and this is the bakery. Buy this, or no, we already own this, as you can see. And then coming up here, let's see it coming into view. This production here is the spinnery. Just a typical spinnery, just like every other one. Well, every other base game one, I should say. Here you have the dairy. You also own this one. So the same thing goes with the spinnery as well. That's why I'm just kind of skipping by them. Water fill point right here. Here you have a repair trigger. And here you have another repair trigger, as well as your shop trigger. Lime buying point, lime station right there, and rent train trigger right there. Now we're going to head back to this kind of main intersection just straight ahead here. Then we're going to head into the last direction to head down, which is out to the west. Alright, there's the intersection coming up. Again, we're going to want to make another right. Alright, coming up here on the left, you can see the little disc. That is the fast food restaurant sell point. Another one on our left, tucked away in the back, is the pizzeria sell point. Okay, now this one, ooh, tucked away in the back here is the farmer's market sell point right over here, gas station right here, and over here the biomass heating plant. with wood cell trigger right there. And then over here, gotta head down, and it's gonna get a little busy just up here to the north. Okay, so coming up here, see it directly in front of me, this is the train transfer silo. So you can put items, loose grains into here and load them onto the train to my left. Now directly in front of me is the train sales point. So off to the left there. To the right is the Hickory Valley Sell All 2. This entrance right here. And it's a sell point. Let's see. Over. Nope. Oh. I'm looking at my notes and not driving. Alright, here is the material buying station. So this is the place where you can bring like a trailer and be able to find some of the more obscure items. If you're ever in question, that's the place to go to buy. Back here you have another sell point. This is the Hickory Valley Sell All sell point, as well as a train rental trigger right there. Over here is a sugar beet piler. This is a production. Now normally this will work as just a sell point. You can bring your sugar beets and stuff here to sell if you choose. But if you purchase this for $15,000, you can see now it's a production point. And you take your sugar beets and your potatoes and you can make the subsequent item that you just put in, the sugar beets or potatoes, as well as tar dirt. Now the way that tar dirt works is very similar to the maps like Frankenmuth, Michigan, Prairie Farms, and Michigan Farms map, I think is what they're called. Those maps all made by Taylor's, is it something Taylor? Oh no, that's gonna drive me nuts. Taylor Farms, that's what it was. All made by Taylor Farms. Taylor Farms, in order to use the tar dirt, you unload from the output over there, inputs right here in front of me. You unload from the output and you take the dirt and you put it into your field, somewhere on your field. You then can run over it with some kind of implement, and it's basically simulating you mixing the old nasty dirt from the sugar beets and potatoes back into the ground for it to be used, later on. But that's essentially what you're looking for there. Right here is the stone crusher. For $80,000 you can purchase this, and we are going to purchase that. And you can see if you put in stones and fuel, aka diesel, as well as tar dirt, then you get out all these various things. You get sand, dirt, gravel, and gold are the various things that you can get. So now over here, we have the steel factory. For $110,000 you can purchase this, and we will do that. And you can see here, we put in coal and iron ore, we get out metal. So not too shabby there. Over here, is the asphalt production. $80,000 will purchase that. And you can see here, we put in gravel, sand, methane, and coal, and you can get out asphalt and asphalt pallets. Over here is the sawmill. And you can see you already own it, so nothing to needing to be purchased there. Over here is the oil mill. Inputs and outputs we just passed. You can see here, this one does all your base game stuff, nothing to catch you off guard with. Over here, we have the cereal factory. You already own that one, so not much you have to do there. And then lastly is the grain mill. Again, you own this, you don't have to do anything with it. It's all the base game stuff. And that is the map. That is Hickory Valley. Now we're on to the point of the map tour where I render my opinion and 0 to 5 scale as always. And this one I honestly I'm not a huge fan of. This one, it's incredibly flat, incredibly flat. And anybody who's been watching my channel for a while will know that I'm just not a huge fan on very flat maps. There's nothing to break up the sight lines, especially when you have this map border in particular. Now you get these huge mountains, cliff sides here, but without the hills and undulations, you get this, and it just looks so off to me. Like, you got all these trees that are kind of pushed off the map kind of thing, and then you've got this huge kind of area where it just drops off and just doesn't look right. And there's nothing to prevent you from seeing that all the way around the map, with the exception of some trees and whatnot. So it's really kind of difficult to kind of overlook that part of the map for me. You got the small forestry area. Again, kind of a similar issue I had with another recent tour I just did for this cow farm map, and it was too flat. It was unrealistic. There just wasn't anything about it that just kind of rung true. And this was supposed to be like a simulator kind of game. So it's when it's this unrealistic and this flat, and like, it just really has a very hard time for me to kind of get immersed and drawn into the world that's being created. So it's just the color palette is nice. The kind of overall setup on being so unrealistic when it comes to like the cows and sheep and pigs and all that stuff. The 500 chickens that'll just kind of walk around the yard. It's a lot of animals, and you're going to make a lot of productions real quick. The problem is that I personally feel it's kind of sacrificing the intent of the game that will just kind of take away the experience. So, and don't get me wrong, even though I'm putting out some criticisms of this map, I think that it's great that these maps exist, that they obviously have a target audience out there. There's going to be people who are going to play it and love it, and I'm just one person. I have my opinion, and it's based on my preferences. So not everybody's going to have my preferences, and that's fine. Not everybody has to, but it's one of those that, for me, this one just kind of misses the mark simply because of, again, so incredibly flat. It just, you can see out for the entirety of the map. You can see the entire map edge picture, and from here I do kind of see the remnants of where that kind of hole will be between the mountainside of the background image and the actual playable area of the map. And it's just really hard to kind of to ignore seeing that kind of thing. So it's just those things there that just kind of, take me out of the immersion, take me out of the experience of the game itself, and really just kind of just misses the mark with me. That's pretty much what it boils down to. But I hope you enjoyed this map tour. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. That shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.